Hi everybody, welcome back to Sade Crochets, and for this tutorial we will be making a rice stitch bikini bottom in a thong style, and it matches the rice stitch bikini top that I just did. So we are going to be using I'm going to be using the same color that I used last time, which is Soft Secret in the color Biscuit. And this is a medium weight 4 yarn, so any medium weight 4 yarn should work. And then I'm going to be using an F hook, which is a 3.75 millimeter hook. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is make a slip knot and chain out our chains. So a size small, you can chain out 12, a medium can do 16. A large can also do 16. A 1x can do 20, a 2x can also do 20, and a 3x can do 24. So then we are going to skip that first stitch and single crochet in the second chain from the hook. I'm going to be using the back bumps, but just skip this first stitch and single crochet in the second chain from the hook and put a single crochet. And we're just going to be putting one single crochet in every stitch across. All right, from here now we're going to chain one and turn, and then we're going to put one back loop only single crochet in every stitch across. So instead of going through both loops like normal, we'll just go through the back loop and put one single crochet in every back loop. Okay, so from here we're going to chain one and turn, and now we're going to put a front loop only single crochet in every stitch across. So we're going to pick up only the front loop this time and put a single crochet in only the front loops, and we'll do this all the way down. All right, so once you're done with this row, we're going to chain one and turn. And then we're going to put 2 double crochets in the first stitch. So yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and put one more double crochet in the same stitch. And then we're going to put 1 double crochet in every stitch across until we have 1 stitch left. So I will meet you there. And then when you have 1 stitch left, we're going to put 2 double crochets in that last stitch. So we're doing another increase there. And that's what it looks like so far. So from here we're going to chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to put 2 double crochets in the first stitch. And then we're going to put a front post double crochet in this around this next stitch. So we're actually starting the rice stitch now. So yarn over, and we're going to put a front post double crochet. So you want to put your hook kind of like behind that stitch and pop it forward like that, and then yarn over and pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's our front post double crochet. And then in the next stitch we're going to put a back post double crochet, so yarn over and put your hook around the stitch so that it pops towards the back like that, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're just doing a repeat of the front post double crochet, and then the back post double crochet. And we're going to do that all the way down until you have 1 stitch left. So once you get to your last stitch of the row, your second to last stitch should be a front post double crochet. And then from here we're going to put another increase in that last stitch by putting 2 double crochets. Oops. 2 double crochets in that last stitch. Sorry guys, this yarn splits. There we go. So put 2 double crochets in that very last stitch, and then chain 1 and turn. And this is the second row of our repeat. That row, row 5, was the first row of our repeat, and this is the second row. So we're going to put 2 double crochets in the first stitch, so another increase. And then you see that increasing from below, that second double crochet here. This one is going to get a back post double crochet. And then this next stitch is a back post double crochet. So whenever you see a back post double crochet below, that's where you're going to put a front post. And wherever you see a front post double crochet, that's where you're going to put a back post. So in this next stitch, we're going to pop it forward and put a front post double crochet. And then we'll put a back post double crochet in the next stitch. So this is going to repeat across. Front post double crochet and back post double crochet. And this is how you do the right stitch. So continue that across until you have your 1 stitch left. All right, so this is what it looks like now, and your second to last stitch should be a back post double crochet. So from here we're going to put another increase in the last stitch by putting 2 double crochets in that last stitch. So 1 and 2. So we're going to be repeating those 2 rows, rows 5 and 6. So row 5 was the increase that started off with the front post double crochet, and row 6 was an increase in starting off with a back post double crochet. And the one that starts off with the front post ends with the front post in the second to last stitch, and the one that starts off with the back post ends with the back post in the second to last stitch. So we're going to be repeating those 2 rows, size small and medium. You're going to repeat those 2 just one more time. So you'll be at row 8, and then a large and an extra large, you're going to go until row 10 is finished, and 2x and 3x, you're going to go until row 12 is finished. So I'm going to repeat it, row 5 with you one more time. So chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to put 2 double crochets in the first stitch, and then in this second stitch we're going to put a front post double crochet, and then we'll put a back post double crochet in the next stitch and alternate that until we get to 1 stitch left. And then this time your second to last stitch should be a front post double crochet, and then ending in the last stitch with 2 double crochets. So go ahead and finish your repeats and I'll meet you there. Okay, so this is what it looks like now, and medium and small you should be on row 9. Large and 1x is row 11, and 1x and 2x and 3x, you're going to be on row 13 now. So we'll chain 1 and we'll do that row now and turn. So now we're done making our increases for now. We're going to start actually decreasing. So yarn over, and we're going to double crochet these two, do a double crochet decrease in these first 2 stitches. So insert your hook into the first stitch, pull up a loop, insert into the second stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, and yarn over, pull through 2. So that is our double crochet decrease. And from here we're going to put so this is now a front post double crochet. So we're going to put a back post double crochet around that next stitch. And a front post around the next stitch, and continue with our alternating of those two. So in the next stitch we'll do a back post, and in the next stitch a front post double crochet. So go ahead and repeat that. And I don't think I said it, but we're going to stop and leaving the last 2 stitches, and your third to last stitch should be a back post double crochet. So now you're going to put another decrease in these last 2 stitches, just like we did in the beginning of this row. Okay, so now you can see already it's starting to decrease. And from here we're going to chain 1 and turn. So that first decreasing row is the first row of our repeat, because we have another repeat coming. And this will be the second row of the repeat. So chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to do another double crochet decrease here in the first 2 stitches. And the last row started off with a back post double crochet, so now we're going to be putting a front post double crochet in this row to start off that repeating pattern. Oops. And then a back post double crochet next. So it's front post, back post, repeat until you have 2 stitches left. All right, and your third to last stitch should be a front post, just like your third stitch in the beginning of the row. And in these last 2 stitches, we'll do another decrease to finish off this row. So we're repeating those two rows, and for size small, you're going to repeat those 2 rows until row 16 is complete. A medium is going to go until row 18 is done, a large row 20, a 1x row 22, a 2x row 24, and a 3x is going to go until row 26 is done. And that row should have 5 stitches in that row. So go ahead and continue repeating this decreasing pattern, and I'll meet you there. Right, so this is what it looks like now, and everyone should have 5 stitches in this row. And now we're going to chain 1 and turn. And in the first stitch, we're going to put a regular double crochet. Like that. And then in the next stitch we're going to put a front post double crochet, because that's a back post there. So we'll put a front post double crochet, and then in the next stitch a back post double crochet, and in the next a front post, And then in the last stitch, we're going to put a double crochet, regular double crochet. So the first and last stitch is a regular double crochet. And we're going to repeat this row. So chain 1 and turn. And the first stitch is a double crochet. Next stitch is a front post double crochet. And the next stitch is a back post. And a front post. And then the last stitch is going to be a regular double crochet again. All right, so we're going to be repeating this row for size small. You're going to repeat that row until row 24 is complete. A medium is going to go until row 28 is done. A large until row 32 is done. A 1X until row 34. 2X is until row 36 is done, and a 3X is until row 38 is finished. So go ahead and finish your repeat. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. That is our little thong part. And now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 and turn. And then in this next stitch, in the first stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets. So we're doing an increase now. All right, and then in the next stitch, we're going to put a front post double crochet. And a back post in the next stitch. And a front post in the next stitch. So this is going to be our first row of the next repeat. And then in the last stitch, we're going to put another increase. I'm sorry, you guys, this yarn is always splitting, but it's so pretty. So I'm just trying to be careful. That last stitch kept catching. So 1 and 2. So that is the first row of our repeat. We're starting to increase now. And then chain 1 and turn, and this is the second row of the of the repeat. We're going to put 2 double crochets in the first stitch. 1 and 2. And then in this next stitch, we're going to put a back post double crochet. And then a front post, and repeat that across. And we're just alternating front post, back post until we have 1 stitch left. And the second to last stitch should be a back post double crochet. And then an increase in the last stitch. All right, so that's what it looks like now. Okay, so sizes small, medium, and large, you're actually not going to repeat those 2 rows. But size 1X, 2X, and 3X, you're going to repeat those 2 rows one more time. So repeat those 2 rows, and 1x you should be, it should go until row 38 is finished. 2x should go until row 40 is finished, and a 3x should complete row 42. And so let's see. So a small, medium, and large, you all should have 9 stitches right here. And 1x, 2x, and 3x, when you're done with your repeats, you should have 13 stitches in your row. And so once 1x, 2x, and 3x, once you're done repeating those one more time, we'll continue. So from there, we're going to chain 1 and turn. Oops. And now we're going to be on a 1 row repeat for a little bit. So we're going to chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to go straight up with no increases. So we're going to put 1 double crochet into the first stitch, 1 double crochet there, and then we're going to put a front post double crochet in the next stitch, and a back post in the next. So we will repeat that across until we have 1 stitch left. And then when you have the 1 stitch left, we're going to put a regular double crochet in that last stitch. So we're going to repeat that row for a little while. So you're going to chain 1 and turn and repeat that row. So size small, you're going to repeat that row until row 33 is complete. A medium is going to go until row 37. A large is going to go until row 43. A 1x is going to go till row 47 is done. A 2x until row 51 is done, and a 3x until row 53 is finished. So go ahead and continue your repeat. All right, so this is what it looks like now once you're done with those repeats. And so let's see, what row are we on? So we should be on row 34, 38, 44, 48, 52, 54. So now we're going to chain 1 and turn. So we have 2 more repeating rows. This is the first row of the repeat. We're going to put 2 double crochets in the first stitch. 1 and 2. And then a front post double crochet in the next stitch, and a back post in the next. So we'll be repeating that front post, back post repeat until we have 1 stitch left. And your second to last stitch should be a front post double crochet, and then in that last stitch we'll put another increase. So 2 double crochets in that last stitch, and we're starting to increase again. So that is the first row of our repeat, and the second row is chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to put 2 double crochets in the first stitch and start off this repeat with a back post double crochet in the next stitch, and a front post double crochet in the next stitch, and repeat back post, front post this time until we have 1 stitch left. And so your second to last stitch should be a back post double crochet, and then in the last stitch we're going to go ahead and do another increase. So those 2 rows are our repeating rows. in that last row we did, yeah, so those are our 2 repeating rows, and we're going to continue this repeat pattern until small, until row 47 is done, medium until row 45 is done, a large until row 61 is done, and a 1x until row 67 is finished. A 2x can finish row 69, and a 3x can finish row 73. So go ahead and finish your repeat. All right, so this is what it looks like now once you're done with your increasing. And so now we're going to chain 1 and turn, and now we have another set of repeats to do. And these are decreasing repeats. So what we're going to do is put a double crochet decrease in the first 2 stitches. And then we're going to do a back post double crochet in the next stitch and a front post double crochet in the next. And so we'll be repeating the back post and front post double crochets until we have 2 stitches left. All right, so once you have 2 stitches left, in your third to last stitch should be a back post double crochet, and then we'll do our double crochet decrease in the last 2 stitches. And that was the first row of the repeat. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're going to do another double crochet decrease in the first 2 stitches. And a front post, so we'll start this row off with a front post double crochet, and then a back post double crochet next, and repeat, oops, drop my loop. And so we're going to repeat the front post double crochet and back post double crochet across until we have 2 stitches left. All right, and then your second to last stitch should be a front post double crochet, and then we'll go ahead and do our double crochet decrease in the last 2 stitches. And we're going to repeat those 2 rows. So the first row was a decrease starting off with a, is it back post? Yeah. So the first row of the repeat starts off with a decrease and then a back post and then front post, and repeat those 2. And the second row of the repeat starts and begins with the front post double crochet after your 2 decreases. So we're going to repeat those 2 rows, and size small is going to repeat until you get to finish row 52. A medium is going to finish row 60. A large will finish row 68. A 1x will finish row 74. A 2x will finish row 78, and a 3x will complete row 82. So go ahead and complete your repeats. Okay, so this is what it looks like now, and I tried to make a note of it earlier. I had to change my pattern a little bit so that your front and back could match up. So if you didn't see it, please do 1 more row so that your last row was an odd row. So your last row should have been row 53, 61, 69, 75, 79, and 83. So once you finish your decreasing repeats to those rows, let's do our last 3 rows. But I will say I am planning on making my second one into a 1 piece with the cups that we did earlier. So this would be the stopping point for the one piece. So I'm gonna do a third video of that. So if you are just making this to do the one piece, once that video comes out, this is where you would stop and head over to the other video. But if you're just making this bikini bottom as a separate piece, we're just going to go ahead and put this last 3 rows on there. So what we want to do is, after you're done with that last odd number row, go ahead and chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch across. Okay, and once you do that first row, chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to be doing 1 back loop only single crochet in every stitch across. All right, and once you're done with your back loop only single crochet row, go ahead and chain 1 and turn. And in this row, we're going to do a front loop only single crochet in every stitch across. And once you're done with that row, go ahead and chain 1 and bounce it off. And we'll be doing our ties next. Okay, so now we're going to make our ties. So I'm going to set this aside for a second, and we'll get a new piece of yarn and make a slip knot. So what we're going to do is, for size small, you can chain out 115, a medium you can chain out 130, a large can do 140, a 1X can do 160, I'm sorry, a large can do 145, a 1X can do 160, 2X can do 175, and a 3X can do 190 chains. Okay, so once you chain out your chain for your size, we will grab our bikini bottom. And we're going to face the right side up. So the right side is the side that has this little V in the front where we did our front and back loop only single crochets. And you can see the back does not have that. And your back and your front should match. That's why I did that extra row. So we're going to face the right side up, and we're going to pick the rightmost corner at the bottom. Unless you're left-handed, then you'll pick this one because that's your front side. Okay, so we're going to pick this bottom corner here and attach the yarn with a slip stitch. You could also attach it with a single crochet if it's easier for you. But we're just going to attach our tie. And then we're just going to do single crochets. So single crochet upwards towards the top corner. And just spread them out evenly, and then we'll meet up at that top corner. So once you get to that top corner, we're just going to chain out another chain, and it'll be the same size chain that we just did. So 115, 130, 145, 160, 175, or 190, depending on your size. All right, so once you chain your next chain long enough for your size, we're going to fasten that one off. And that was our first tie. So we're basically just going to repeat that. And you want to keep your right face your right side facing you when you do it. So if you're right-handed, you're always going to attach to the rightmost corner. So next I'm going to chain out the same amount of chains and attach here and go down and then come out. And I'm going to keep it on my right side and just flip it around. Start at the bottom and go up. And start at the top and go down. Ooh, and this one I get to crochet over my tail. So we're going to repeat that for all the corners, the same size chain that you did over here. Go ahead and repeat for the next 3 sides. And once you are done with all 4 sides, you are done with your rice stitch thong bikini bottom. And it's really super cute. So I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. I really like this bikini a lot. I love the way it fits. And thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment if you like this video, and feel free to share this video if you think a friend would like this video as well. Other than that, I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.